welcome to our little tiny 10-minute somatic doodad. Somatic doodad is what we'll call it. So feet are hip width apart. What we're going to do is start with a little bounce and then settle, and then a shake and then settle, and then a bit of a swing thing and then settle, and a wall push and a wall sit. And we're going to do some shoulder shrugging. So we might grab a chair, get that ready in a minute, and a lying down shoulder one if we have time. Intention is for this to be 10 minutes. Okay, so with the bounce, we just push our feet into the ground. We're not aiming for a big shake. It's just a bounce. Like it's breathe, big breath in, and it's like when we breathe out, it's like we're trying to like breathe down into the earth. So like our hips and torso are like in heaviness, and if we can allow little bits of sound with that, like it's really good for our vagus nerve. Vegas is why I saw like a party. I'm like, party in Vegas, no. Pushing down, letting our knees bend, feeling our hips pushing down toward the ground. This is a little downward motion. Big breath in, and so we get all of our body just gently bouncing, pushing the outside of our feet, the ball of our feet, heels, hips pressing down, our bodies are pulsing, wrists are flicking, forearms, getting that energy out. We're just going to slow it down. We sort of stop. You can just sort of sway side to side a little bit. Maybe put your hands on your heart and your tummy. Just try to anchor yourself into your body. Go, yep, here I am. Often we're a bit slipped out or up in our heads. Shoulder a little roll back. We'll do a tiny bit of shaking. So that's just same thing, but we're going to put a bit more energy into it. So it's flicking away the day. Really like those elbows going, wrists going. People like to get them going up here. The whole body going. We'll separate the legs. I'm just one up here. A bit of this. You might use some wall for support. No, when I'm not okay, I'll use weird words. I might use some wall for support. Earlier, I was on the Instagram. It's not the Instagram. Like the grammar check corrected it, and I was like, "What do you mean it's not the Instagram? How do you know it's not the Instagram? How does it know the?" Big belly breath. Just finish that shake off. A bit more. That feels so good, doesn't it? Like sometimes I feel really bad. I've hardly slept, and I'm like, oh, I felt really good after I did that with Lucy the other day. I'm like, oh, Lucy's coming later. I'll do it then. I should have done it earlier. So the wall push is feet are like maybe a bit wider. You just want to feel nice and strong. My feet are parallel now, but you might also go one foot back and push, and you might change your feet and make sure it's nice and balanced. So let's head back to the wall. And your arms might be immediately in front of your shoulders, but you might play with them being wider. So like out here or here, see what feels good. This is about feeling power in yourself. So push the wall away, but push your feet into the floor and feel where you begin and end in space. I'm sorry, maybe my day when you tell me that. Take your hands maybe wider, take a foot forward, take a foot back, and push with force. Feel the power in your body. And the thing is, sometimes we feel really angry and we maybe do want to punch stuff. Most mums feel like throwing their children against a wall once or twice. Don't say that lightly, it's just big belly breath. Push the wall away. When I was younger, I used to smash plates in my backyard, and then I'd be like, oh, I'm going to clean it up for a small child. I just didn't know what to do with my anger. Well, play with where you put your arms. I'm going to make myself longer. I'm going to sink down because that feels good to me. Dropping my head through my upper arms. Pushing my feet into the ground. We push the wall. We do not hit. We don't hit the wall. Yes. And then we can use power in our body in different ways. If you feel like you need to shake that out a little bit, feel into your body, make sure you feel good. The next one is a wall sit. So you put your hips against the wall, walk your feet forward of your knees so that you're nice and safe. You might have your feet a bit wider than hip width to make sure that you've got a strong base. What we're doing is pushing our back into the wall and pushing our feet into the ground. And again, we're feeling that power in our body, that ability inside of us to resist and push and feel force and feel power, but in a healthy way, and we can contain it. Big belly breath while we're here. Pushing in opposite directions before we lift off. I just sometimes enjoy something so much I just don't even talk. Oopsie daisies. Push your back into the wall, push your feet into the wall. Again, feel where you begin and end in space. I feel like it's really grounding, hey? Yeah. Like you stop this and then you're like, I am in my body. To get off, you can just push off if you want. But if you need to, you might push your hands into the wall and you might use them to support you. Now, the next one we're going to do, we are going to lie down and then we're going to use the chair. But what we're going to do is, here's my arms. I'm going to hold my elbows like in this shape. So I've got little arms, like a crab in the computer. I actually do have short arms, and that actually does make this exercise hard because it's knocked my pony. So what's going to happen is we're going to make our arms in a box. It's so hard to show you this in black. And we're going to lie down and bring them back toward our head and push at the end and then come back to center. We're going to do that like maybe 8 times. Then we do it the opposite way. So it looks like this coming up and this coming down, and we push down and then come back to center, and then we pair the two. So just because this is new, we don't have heaps of time, we might just do 5 of each, because then that's 5, 5, 5. So lying on our backs, about being nice and relaxed. Big belly breath first. Another really good one. Oh, stop it, Andrea. I was going to chuck a new one in. We'll just do this really quickly, just because it's something that you can take home and play with, is a pelvic tilt. So think about tilting your pelvis away from your head, which is say to 6 o'clock of a clock. And you feel your back arch off the ground, and then tilt your pelvis toward your head. So now your hips are tucked, and that's like tilting to 12 o'clock. Gone is my glitter gun analogy. And to 6 o'clock and to 12 o'clock. And some people do this in little tiny, like 1 centimeter, all the way to 10 centimeter versions. And you can do this for like 10 minutes and it fully releases your hips and lower back. So to the elbow one, elbows, we're holding our elbows with our hands so that we're in a little box shape. And we're going to bring our forearms to our forehead or over our head, depending on how long our arms are, and push at the bottom end where you're like, oh, that's a bit tight. Give it a little push. Big breaths, try to relax and come back. So I'm back to center and then coming back down to your forehead or over your head. Belly breath. And come back to center. And come back to your forehead. Pushing at that bottom end. To center. Coming back. To center myself more. I'm more at the edge of my video. I'll do one more. And pushing at that back end. And come back to center. Shuffle down a bit. You guys don't need to move. Okay, back to the box shape. And now we're going to bring our forearms toward our belly, over our breasts, and push at that bottom. The shoulders back, try to relax the back. And come back to center. Try elbows in your back pocket. Give your back a wiggle. Make sure your back's nice and relaxed. Bring them back down. And back to center. And push them down. Push at the end and come back to center. Yeah. Now we're going to pair the two. We'll just do it 4 times because we're running short on time. So keep that box shape and bring it back to your forehead and push it at the bottom and breathe and try to relax and then bring it all the way down to your tummy. Push at that bottom end again. And come back over the top, down to your forehead, pushing at the other end. Come back. Way back over. Have you ever heard this album, Lucy? It's really old. She doesn't do it all the time in my 20s. My CDs are so old. And all the way back down to your belly. Just do one more. Pushing at that bottom end and then coming back through the center, over the top, pushing. Come back down. Pushing at the bottom. Shoulders a little roll. So just to finish, we won't do the full drill for this one, but I'm going to explain it so you can play with it if you want to. It is literally every way you can move your shoulder, you do. So we'll just do like literally one of each, but when you do this properly, you're meant to go 10 up. So like 1, like this, 2, we'll just do 3 or 4 of each. 3, 4, and let it relax. And then going to send it forward and back. Forward and back. That's one. And then send it back and forward. So it's center. Back. Forward. And then down. Like impossible. Push the shoulder down. So it's like that, but we're not moving that. It's just pushing that one down. You can feel it stretching the trapezius at the top of the, and then it's putting it all together. So it's up, whichever way, we'll just go backwards first. So up, back. So it's not just a roll, it's up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, and come back to center. Just look at that one there, and we'll do the other side so we're even. Shrugging up and come down, up and down, up, down, forward, back, forward. Feels weird, huh? Yeah. I did heaps of research. I've got so many more I want to try. I'm going to make like a shoulder program now. I used to, when I used to go to gym, and because I was training for pole, I'll do a whole workout just for shoulders because they're actually really extensive creatures. Yeah. And then down, push down, and up, down. And for me doing pole back then, I really wanted to scaffold my shoulders because people were tearing their shoulders all the time because they were doing stupid pole moves that we now know you should be doing. And people still do them. Gotta go back. There's a move. Have I told you about the move twisty grip?
Yes.
And it goes like, it's an S. So people call it an S grip as well. I heard the other day. So back and to center. Back. What gets me is even in Adelaide, there's a studio that teaches children how to do that. And so they're competing and they're doing, flicking their bodies around, doing handsprings and aerial deadlifts and all sorts of shit with that grip. And people, famous pole dancers across the world, have fucked their shoulders up and needed shoulder reconstructions, and they all blame that grip. So the same shoulder up. I don't think we went both directions before, did we? It doesn't matter. We've just moved our shoulders a lot. Forward, down, back, up, forward, down, forward, down, back. Now to finish, just because it's time to finish, we haven't done any rocking side to side stuff, but all of that is somatic movement because it's just, I guess it's just that TLC, and it's about contracting and relaxing. So contract, relax, and it's about the choice too. So you're engaging your mind and your body going, I'm deliberately choosing to relax, which is the somatic sort of, I'm going to be gentle with myself. So to finish, we'll rub our hands together and just do, we won't do havening today. We'll just do our eye one and just have a couple of deep breaths. And the hand's nice and warm. This one's good for trouble sleeping. Heel of the hand. I think I did it when I had trouble sleeping last night. No. Heel of the hand over the cheekbones, palm of the hand over the eyes, and just have some big belly breaths here and enjoy the warmth of the hand on your eye. Belly breath. One more breath, and then we can cells on the back. Happy little tiny baby somatic workout. Thank you for being here.